Alright, welcome to lesson 4. This is addition and subtraction in word problems. The lesson is going to be similar to yesterday's lesson where you had algebraic equations, only today they give you word problems and you're going to have to figure out how to write out the equation. These are both going to be addition and subtraction, and whenever you're looking at it and figuring out what kind of problem to do, look for some word clues. Like for addition, you're going to usually see words like how many is there altogether, what is the total, or what is the sum. And it's for subtraction, it's going to be kind of similar. It's going to ask you things like what's the difference and how many more than this is there. So things like that, how many more than and difference, subtraction, total, and altogether would be more like addition problems. Ways you can set those problems up for addition would typically be when you have something and you get more than you have a new total. And kind of reverse that a little bit, you have a total and you take away some, then you'll have whatever's left over. So those are kind of the basic ways to set up addition and subtraction. And when you're figuring out these word problems, just think of that model and try to fill in. Do you have the total? Do you know what some of it is? Do you have how many is left over? Or do you have a total and you have some that's taken away? So you got to kind of fill those pieces in your equation. Let's take a look at your homework number 1 tonight and see what kind of equation we can make for this. So number 1 says Shannon paused on step 125 on her way to the roof of the apartment building. Okay, we'll stop there for a second. She paused on step 125. So she's walked a long way and she's stopped there 125. If there are 180 steps in all, how many more steps did Shannon have to climb? Okay, I see a couple clues there. There's in all, that's like addition. Then there's how many more steps did Shannon have to climb. You can set this up as an addition equation or a subtraction equation. So there's multiple ways to do that. Let's set it up like this. We know that there's 180 steps in all. So we know the T, the total, right? So there's 180. We know that there's 125 that she's walked, plus we're missing the more. How many more steps will it take her to get to the 180? Okay? If you recall from yesterday, whenever you have an addition problem like this with a variable in the middle, you can just subtract these two and you will find your total. So let's take 125, subtract it from there, and you will get 55 steps left. So m equals 55 steps. Now what about those who set this up as a subtraction problem? We know that with the subtraction we had the total at the beginning. You always have to have the total amount at the very beginning. So let's say we know there's 180 steps. She has walked 125 of them and then she paused. How many steps are left? The question here said how many more steps? So we said it like a subtraction problem. So if you subtracted 180 minus 125, you get what we just did, L equals 55. I hope that helped, and if you have any questions, of course come see me. Thank you.